Alrighty, you guys, what's going on? David Lemro here, and welcome to this week's Team Elite Weekly Call, where we all come together and we just hang out. We get this week started off right. We get to see each other's beautiful faces once again, at least on a weekly basis. And for those of you looking at me, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. As you can see, I got a new haircut, so. But anyways, guys, we're gonna do some training. We're gonna do some updates. We're gonna bring you some news, and we're gonna help you guys get this week started off strong. For those of you that got to come to our LifeVantage Academy, how many of you got some value from it? How many of you guys got some value from hearing Scott Satterfield bring the simplicity of network marketing from his point of view? I really got an incredible amount of value out of it, and I also got to spend a lot of good time with him afterwards. We went to downtown afterwards, and it was a really fun time, like hanging out with Scott afterwards, getting to know him. It was hilarious. There was actually like this bike rally happening, and we didn't even know, but apparently there was this big motorcycle rally happening in downtown Austin, and we got kind of caught in the middle of it all. So it was pretty wild. Guys, we're going to be going over the 3 commandments of wealth today on this, okay? And this is derived from a very, like an 8-figure entrepreneur that has been an entrepreneur about 10 years now, and he has studied his butt off to get to where he is, and he's basically lived the true American rags to riches story. And so I watched this video this morning and learned this from him this morning. So I'm going to be bringing to you the 3 commandments of wealth, right? But before we get to that, make a note at the top of your phone or sticky pad or whatever. Do it right now. Register for August's LifeVantage Academy, okay? Our numbers were a little low for this last one, and so we want to do everything we can to register as many people as we can, ourselves and guests, okay, so that we can continue to have our own Texas physical LifeVantage Academy, all right? I don't know about you guys, but I so value the once a month plug in with everybody from the state, getting that 4 hours worth of training and mentorship from these 6, sometimes 7-figure mentors, right? It's basically like college for network marketing, and that's part of the system that has gotten so many people to success, to making this work for them. Okay, so we want to do everything we can to keep that in our own backyard. Otherwise it'll go away until we can bring the overall Texas numbers up. Okay, so do yourself a favor, do your future and do your family a favor. Go ahead and register for the next LifeVantage Academy. That's at lifevantageacademy.com. And then just search for Austin or search for the one that's closest to you. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that right now myself. And also, next deal, check your emails. Okay, I can share with you a little bit of the updates from the email that they just sent us, but I want you to go and read this for yourself, okay, because it's kind of a big deal. So the second keynote speaker that's coming to our Elite Academy in in Kansas, so that's in July, is somebody that's incredibly renowned, and she has so many awards. She's written a couple of books. She's got a couple of movies written about her, a documentary. Her name is Erin Brockovich. All right, guys, look her up. This is a big deal. She's a distributor, and she's also the newest board of the LFVN. She's the new board member. And Matthew, correct me if I'm wrong, but is she a distributor or is she just on the board? I'm not sure if you can do both, because we have doctors that are on the medical advisory board, but they're also distributors. So, Matt,
I'm not 100% sure about an active distributorship, but I did read that she is on the board of directors. So to what capacity that all encompasses, I'm not exactly 100% sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to read a couple of things about her, you guys. Just Google her name. And what I did was I Googled her name, and Wikipedia pops up. She's got a movie written about her. Julia Roberts played her, and it actually was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. And there was a couple others that she's done. a documentary written about her in 2012, a book that she's written. So it's kind of a big deal, you guys. Go and look up Eric Brokovich, right? She's going to be our second keynote speaker at the Elite Academy in Kansas. So let's get to the training. The 3 commandments of wealth. And these are a couple of things that we all have been taught before. And if you haven't, then here's a great first timer. But for all of us, the rest of us that have learned this or heard this before, it's a good reminder. Okay. So number 1, thou shalt have more than one stream of income. All right. Or to look at it in a different way, thou shalt never trust only one source of income. All right. The average millionaire has about 3 sources of income. Okay. Warren Buffett, I just learned this morning. Warren Buffett has about 90 streams of income. That's crazy. Okay. He's a billionaire. He's one of the world's wealthiest men alive, and he's got about 90 streams of income. Okay. But you only need to start out with a couple extra. Okay. Like I said, and like I learned from, books that were written off of analysis of hundreds of thousands of millionaires, the average millionaire had 3 sources of income. Okay. So if you're in a job or if you're working for yourself, then great, but branch out. Okay. And we're all obviously entrepreneurs here. And this is a great way to help prospect for other people. So you could ask somebody, hey, would you like to have more than one stream of income? Or have you ever thought about having more than one stream of income? Okay. That's a great way to prospect. And then you could say, hey, I'm working on something. It's really helping me out a lot. It's helping a lot of people to get out of the 9 to 5. And if I could show you a way to bring in an extra stream of income on the side without interfering with what you're currently doing, would you be open to some information? Okay. And then just be quiet and listen. So I'm going to say that one more time. If I could show you a way to bring in another stream of income without interfering with what you're currently doing, would you be open to getting some information on that? Okay. And then just wait and listen. So that's a good question to ask some people. It's very, very risky, you guys, to trust one source of income. All right. And what's crazy is people go to college for 4 to 8 years sometimes, and they get into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt to get a job, to get a one source of income. All right. And a lot of people these days are finding out that they work for the company for 20 or 30 years, they're loyal to the company, and then bam, something changes in the trends, right? Or something changes in the policies or whatever, and they have to let people go because they don't want to pay for their retirement. It's kind of messed up. We've got some people in our own team that have had that very situation happen to them. So not a good place to be. That's risky, right? Some people ask, isn't that network marketing deal kind of risky? I'm like, shoot, no. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds of customers, and they're all part of my income. Whereas if your boss has a bad day or whatever, or if, let's say, if a customer has a complaint against you, then that your boss could fire you and you could lose your entire income. That's risky. Or you could work for them for 20, 35 years, end up being, 55 or 60 or 65 or whatever, and not even end up with a retirement. So you could be a part of the 95% of Americans that don't have enough money to retire at the age of 65. You weigh the risks. I would much rather have a faster shot to retirement working in an entrepreneur leveraged income endeavor versus working for somebody else, settling, sacrificing my soul, for the next 40 years and not actually having a good retirement plan. So maybe that's just me, but sounds like a whole lot better of a plan to me. Number 2, okay, thou shalt invest thy money early in new trends and opportunities. Okay, thou shalt invest thy money early in new trends and opportunities. And there are lots of examples of this. There are lots of new trends that have created hundreds and hundreds of millionaires. Just look at, what's his name? Facebook. What's his name? Somebody help me out. And then Jeff Bezos. Okay, so Jeff Bezos, or Bezos, I don't know how you say his name, but Bezos, he invested a lot.
Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook.
That's it. So Zuckerberg and Facebook, he invested early into online and social media back whenever it was just MySpace around. Okay, there was a couple of others. MySpace was the big one. So he invested early in that because he saw the opportunity, because he saw that there was a problem and he had a solution to the problem. Right. And now he's one of the he's a billionaire obviously, but he's one of the wealthiest young people in the world. And then Bezos, he invested early in online e-commerce shopping. Okay, so invest early. New trends, obviously, we have a couple of trends that we are operating here within LifeVantage and Team Elite. We're operating in the trend of online e-commerce. Okay, also the trend of network marketing is growing. We're still in the early days of network marketing, believe it or not. We're also in the very early days of nutrigenomics, okay? And then we're also taking part in the evergreen trend of health and wellness. Health and wellness is never going to go away as far as an opportunity. And people of these days they're waking up out of basically the corporate America, lull that they put over us as far as like, eat this kind of food or eat this kind of food or whatever. And people are starting to realize that a lot of that food, that processed food, is bad for them. So people are becoming more health conscious these days. So really good opportunity to partner with a health and wellness company. Okay. And then obviously with the company that we're working with, LifeVantage, it's still super, super early. Guys, if you go and you look at that new income disclosure statement, if you read the top paragraph, read it, because it's powerful. All right. And says at the end of it that about 44,500 people got paid during this last pay fiscal year. Okay. Did you hear what I just said? About 44,500 people in the US, 44,500 distributors. That's ridiculous. Like we're so far at the bottom, it's nuts. Okay. And if you think about larger companies that have been around for a long time, they've got millions of distributors. So think about Amway and think about Mary Kay. All right. Those are legacy sized companies. And that's the goal of LifeVantage. That's the goal and the heartbeat of the leadership of this company. They are going to take this company to the $1 billion status, right? And Amway they're doing about $9 billion a year, and that's where we're headed. So we're in at the beginning of this thing. It's crazy. So that's the second one. Thou shalt invest early in new trends and opportunities. Number 3, thou shalt make thine money work for thyself versus the other way around. So make your money work for yourself. So make your money work for you versus you working for your money. Okay. Meaning if you don't have a way to be making money while you sleep, you're always going to be working until you die. Okay. Think about it this way. If your income is dependent upon your time, okay, if it's dependent upon your time involved in the work and only dependent upon that, then you're going to be working for the rest of your life. Okay, that's just how it is. So figure out a way to make your money work for you versus you work for your money. And that's what we call in this industry called leveraged income. That's making a little bit of money off of a lot of people. And one of the things I love about network marketing is it's so dang simple. Everything is already set up. You already have a product. You already have a website. You already have a hired team of people in the back office and in the call centers. You have executive staff that have over 100 years worth of experience in this industry. All right, you have everything set up. All you have to do is start marketing the product. That's it. I mean, I was just listening to Tai Lopez this morning on the 3 Commandments of Wealth, and he was talking about how it's really difficult for a lot of people to get a business started up because of what I just said. You have to go and set up a website. You have to go and hire people, customer support. You have to hire salesmen. You have to get the product. You have to make sure that the shipping is all taken care of. You have to make sure that everything is set up. But here with network marketing and with LifeVantage, all of that is set up. you're going to have to market the product either way. All right. You're just going to have to. But with LifeVantage, you've already got all of that set up. So here's a great question, a great prospecting question. If I could show you a way to make money work for you, would you want more information on that? Or you could say this: do you already have a way to make money while you sleep? I've used that a couple of times. One guy actually said yes. I was like, dude, keep rocking it out. I gave him a high five. Okay. I didn't ask what it was, but that's a great question. So try it. Give it a try. Are you open to are you open to making a change? Are you open to some information? If I could show you how to make some money while you sleep, would you be open to that information? Okay. I love the formula. Use it in this formula, guys. I love the formula that Scott Satterfield brought this past weekend. So great. Okay. So whenever you're out prospecting or talking to somebody and you're finding out more about their life, okay, it's kind of like a game. All right. Just ask, compliment somebody. Tell them, how awesome that their life is. Okay. They'll tell you a reason why it's not that great. And then you ask them, what are you doing to solve it? What do you do? What's your plan? Okay. It's a very simple formula. And if you did it the other way, if you started out by saying, this is hard about your life, yada, yada, I've got something to fix it, then they may come across as a little bit defensive and be like, whoa, hey, I kind of like what I do or whatever. And it just doesn't go very well that way. But if you flip it around the other way, I do this all the time in my prospecting questions. Okay. I ask them, what do you do, in their business? And they'll tell me what they've been doing for a long time for income. I'm like, oh my gosh, you must really love it then. I almost always follow it up with that question. You must really love it then. You've been there for a while. You must really love it then. And they usually say, well, yeah, but it's just a job really. And, or I don't get to spend that much time with my family, all the traveling and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, sometimes you can egg it on. You can be like, oh, come on, man, it's not that bad, is it? And then they'll be like, oh man, yeah, it really is that bad. I just get so sick and tired of traveling all the time. I never get to spend time with my family and whatever. They'll go on and on and on. Okay. You can push on that pain a little bit if you want, to make it more of a bigger deal. And then they'll be begging you for what you have. So right after you push on it a little bit, you could ask them, well, what are you doing to fix it? Do you have a plan to become less busy? Do you have a plan to spend more time with your family? What are you doing? Then they'll sit there and think about it like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And then that's where they pop the question. Well, I mean, I'm working on something on the side. It's a business project. It's actually helping a lot of people to make residual income. So do you have a way to make money while you sleep, or are you open to some information? All right. And that's pretty much like what I ask people. And they'll be like, no, I don't have a way. Yeah, I'm definitely open. That's what they usually say. So I'm like, okay, great. Well, what's the best way to stay in contact with you? What's the best way to get some information over to you? And pull out your phone. They'll usually give you their phone number or whatever. Okay. And at that point, then just let them know what the next steps are. People want to know what you're going to do with this information. People just want to be told what they want to be clear on what the next steps are. So I like to say, I got a 5-minute video or a 6-minute video. I'm going to send it over to you. And there's more to the story than this video, but this video is a great entry point, and we'll talk about it after this. Okay, you got to find out more information about this. So when do you think you can have the 6-minute video watched by? Okay, and then just let them answer. Schedule that follow-up call because it's very important to get to the presentation. So focus on the presentation because the 15 presentations a month or more is a part of the system. And I found that whenever I take care of the stuff before the presentation, if I never get to that presentation, it seems like my business doesn't grow. So keep that presentation at the forefront as the priority of your invitations, okay? And that'll really help you out in your business. So I hope that this has been some valuable training to you guys. I'm going to quickly recap on those 3 commitments of wealth. Thou shalt have more than one stream of income. Thou shalt invest early in new trends and opportunities. And number 3, thou shalt make thine money work for thee, not the other way around. So I hope that has helped you guys. Hope that this has been a good training for you. If you got some value, then please drop some comments in our comment in our Team Elite chat or on the YouTube video if you found this by YouTube. And let's get going. Let's get this week off strong. If you need help with your business, then please give me a call. Also register for LifeVantage Academy and let's rock this thing out. So love you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye now.